Not every zombie series has to be a blockbuster to leave a mark. Sometimes the lesser-known ones hide more tension, emotion, and originality than big-budget hits. In today's ranking, we'll uncover hidden gems, zombie shows that flew under the radar but truly deserve more attention. From India's haunting Betaal to the emotional mystery of Revival and the hilarious chaos of Zomboat. These series prove the undead genre still has fresh blood. Betaal. This series is a real nightmare set in the heart of the Indian jungle. The government sends a military unit to clear an old tunnel and prepare the site for a new highway. The soldiers do not expect the mission to turn into hell. The locals warn them about an old curse, but the army ignores the warnings. When the walled-up entrance is opened, something that should have remained underground forever comes to the surface. An army of British soldiers from 2 centuries ago, turned into bloodthirsty zombies. Their leader, possessed by a desire for revenge, commands a horde of undead who hunt down anyone who stands in their way. Cut off from the world, a handful of survivors fight for their lives, and as night falls, the line between life and death begins to blur. Betaal is a brutal tale of greed, the past, and demons that never sleep. Available on Netflix. Revival. In the small town of Wausau, Wisconsin, something is happening that defies all laws of nature. The dead are coming back to life. They look the same as before. They remember their former lives and families. However, these are not typical zombies, but people who have somehow been given a second chance. Deputy Sheriff Dana Cypress arrives on the scene to investigate a brutal murder, but soon discovers that the case runs much deeper. Her own sister turns out to be one of the revived, and the line between life and death begins to blur. Wausau is quarantined, the government remains silent, and the residents become increasingly afraid of each other. Revival is a dark, emotional, and mysterious series that shows that true horror begins when death is no longer the end. Available on Peacock. Freakish. You would never think that a normal day at high school could turn into a nightmare. When a powerful explosion occurs at a nearby chemical factory in a small town, a group of students find themselves trapped in the school building. They soon discover that a toxic cloud has spread throughout the city, turning people into mutated, ruthless monsters. Every sound from behind the door could mean death, and every move could be a fight for survival. The school is running out of food, water, and hope, and trust becomes a luxury that not everyone can afford. Cut off from the world, the young people must learn to work together to survive, even if it means betrayal, fear, and brutal decisions. Freakish is a dark, suspenseful story about growing up in a world where monsters lurk not only outside the windows, but also in people's hearts. Available on Hulu. Before we move on, quick choice time. 4 zombie series. Which one rules them all? Type the number or name in the comments. Let's see which one wins. Number 1, Black Summer. Number 2, All of Us Are Dead. Number 3, Kingdom. Number 4, The Last of Us. Your comment decides the winner. Let's continue. Zomboat. You never know how you'll react when the apocalypse catches you in the middle of an ordinary day. A zombie epidemic breaks out in Birmingham, and 2 sisters, Kat and Jo, escape in the most British way possible. They steal a boat and set off through the canals to reach safety. They are accompanied by 2 random men, with whom they quickly begin to argue, drama ensues, and black humor abounds. In a world where zombies lurk around every corner, and the only means of transport is a slow boat, survival becomes absurdly difficult and comically terrifying. Zomboat is a light-hearted, ironic take on the apocalypse, with a large dose of British humor, sarcasm, and zombies who don't know they're in a comedy. Available on Hulu. Death Valley. This series is an explosive mix of horror, comedy, and documentary style. A zombie epidemic breaks out in the San Fernando Valley, and the police form a special unit, the Undead Task Force, which patrols the streets full of monsters every day. The camera follows their actions, chases, and grotesque clashes with the undead, vampires, and werewolves. It is a satire on police series, full of irony, blood, and absurd humor, where each episode balances between horror and joke. The officers try to remain serious in a world that has gone completely mad. An MTV production from 2011, short but intense, full of black humor, fast-paced dialogue, and apocalypse parody. It is a forgotten gem that shows that even the end of the world can be taken with a grain of salt. Available on Amazon and Apple TV,